What's happening, guys? My name is OTG and I'd like to welcome you back to Bianchi's Road to Red Bull. This is episode number 17, round 17 here in New Delhi for the Indian Grand Prix. 15 laps of this fantastic circuit, the highlights of which is a 3/4 mile long straight where DRS and curves are going to be absolutely crucial. We know that Jules had some issues in qualifying and he is down in 18th, but obviously the usual suspects are the Force Indias, the Williams, Lotus and the Toro Rossos were all down there battling. Jules just doesn't seem to have the pace in the car, which Daniel Ricciardo does indeed have. But we get off to an okay start, but Kovalainen has a fantastic start. He brakes a little bit later than just as Bruno Senna is very slow going to that corner, so he just goes on the grass to get past him. He only gets up to 17th. Now Daniel Ricciardo side by side with him as he brakes, hitting the apex, but he does go very slowly, staying very tight to it. But then we go through and Kobayashi gets the undercut and Daniel Ricciardo is behind him, but he's then behind Felipe Massa, who realises early on that he's got the same, maybe even more speed compared to him. So he gets in his slipstream and leaves some curves going around now. As he goes on the inside, Felipe Massa decides that he wants to take the racing line, braking a little bit later, going side by side with Kamui Kobayashi as Paul di Resta runs off goes onto the runoff area after Schumacher gives him no room. But now he's going to be chasing down Jenson Button, which is going to be a hard feat to climb because we know how fast Jenson is. But Kamui Kobayashi in 10th and Ricciardo in 11th after a 17th and 18th qualifying for the Toro Rossos is fantastic. Obviously Kamui Kobayashi lost his rivalry battle, which means now Jules is going to have the opportunity to be at Sauber. And I read all the comments from the last episode where you guys said he should go to Sauber and it would be a fantastic move. Well, we'll have to find out at the end of the Brazilian Grand Prix whether or not he does. But going on to lap 6 now, Jules goes and enters the pits. Obviously he doesn't stick to the racing to the entering line, so he decides to cut it a little bit. He gains a little bit on there, but he forgets that he is going into the pits obviously. So Jules enters the pits, a very new pit lane for the season. It's I think it's the second time they've only used it, so very open pit lane, but he sets a 5.1 seconds. He gets held up as the back marking cars come through, but 5.1 isn't too bad. It probably would have been a lot faster, but the team are doing a fantastic job. I just wonder how well they're going to be doing next season if he stays, because that's obviously going to be a crucial thing, because Jules wants to be getting into Q3 and he wants to be winning races, and we'll have to see if he can get a podium by the end, because he said when he joined Toro Rosso his ultimate goal would be to get a single podium in any track would be fantastic. But whether or not it will be this race, I'm highly doubtful. But we'll have to see how he does in the United Arab Emirates and how well he does in tracks such as Brazil and USA. They are the last few laps. We're coming around onto lap 15 now. Lewis Hamilton wins the Indian Grand Prix. It looks like Hamilton's going to win the championship, but it will probably go down to the last few races as he comes across the line in an absolutely stunning 9th place after qualifying down in such a low position. Hopefully though he'll get a great job and he'll get himself into the points and he'll continue the battle with Perez and Maldonado for that top 10 spot. But he's probably going to need some major points as Jules now. Jules getting 9th place, Pastor Maldonado 10th, Button 7th. He lost, 8th is to Kimi Raikkonen. He done a good job, but we can see down there Carter Kine, Timo Glock, none of them really impressive. Felipe Massa down in 17th, Kamui Kobayashi in 16th. Not a bad job for such teams, but there's a real mixture going on, and as we have discussed already, the Mauritius will be a mid-card team next season, a mid-card fast team which will be doing very well considering Jules has basically got them in their position, and so will the Toro Rossos if he does a good enough job. At this point though, guys, just to say thank you for watching. My name is OTG. I'll see you guys very shortly for some more news, views and information here on my channel. Bye guys.